Jox acknowledged the order. "Roger, wagon leader. Red 2 engaging. Tally-ho." He swooped onto the attacker from the brightness of the fading sun. He fired only once he was tucked in behind him, slightly to the right to avoid being seen in his mirror. He took careful aim, avoiding firing through the target onto the Spitfire beyond, which was now smoking dramatically. His first burst hit the BF-109, with thudding impacts sparkling along its cowling. The pilot immediately pulled up and away very skillfully, jinking hard to the right. Jox had been taught by Anthony Glasgow that most right-handed pilots instinctively looked left when first hit, and then pulled left to evade. This pilot did exactly the opposite, and Jox was struggling to keep on his tail. As his opponent turned, the kill tallies on his rudder became visible, and Jox banked sharply to follow. It was the tail of an experienced ace. Jox felt the metallic taste of fear rising in his mouth as Marguerite pitched in pursuit. He glanced sideways and saw the Spitfire making good its escape, as its erstwhile aggressor had found a new dance partner. The ace twisted and turned, but Jox held on grimly, grateful his opening burst had winged his opponent. He recognized the thin white trail of a coolant leak when it appeared, and knew the engine would start to seize once the trailing smoke turned black. In a desperate attempt to throw Jax off, the ace rolled sharply one way, then pitched violently the other. Then attempted an Emmelmann loop to first gain altitude, flip over and then bring his guns to bear as he charged at Jox head-on. Unfortunately for him, the ailing engine lacked the power, and the anticipated black smoke traced the maneuver, making it both visible and obvious. Any other pilot may well have sheared off when confronted by an enemy fighter swooping at him head-on from altitude, but the treble ones had been well trained for just these assaults. Thompson had made it their bread and butter with constant cries of, "Turn and face them." Ferris had drilled Jox tirelessly to fire his way through frontal attacks. The BF-109 roared towards the Hurricane, expecting it to veer away and so overshoot the mark, just as Jox's powerful blast of fire flew straight into the yellow cowling of the spinner and into the black heart of the already struggling engine. The aircraft reared up, the canopy shattered and misted red with the ace's blood. It flipped back on itself, then fell like a stone,